Hey guys, welcome back. It's resin day today, and I'm going to try something new. You know how I did that those coasters, those crackle coasters the other day, like this? Well, following along these lines to get like a sculpted look, I am going to attempt my biggest project yet in resin. Now, I know over in the US you can get sculpted boards. They're round and they've got like these sculpted pieces, I guess, that look like waves or hourglasses. Anyway, lots of different patterns. As far as we know, well, as far as I know, we can't get them in Australia. I am getting some made from somebody. So when they're available, I'll let you know. But I found these on eBay. So I'm going to have a play with these just because it's all I could find. Now these are 3D wall panels. These ones are actually plastic. Just slide it out. Whoops. So this is what they look like. They're only thin. See, that gives, this one's got that sort of wavy sort of water sort of pattern. Well, I think it kind of looks like the ripples on the ocean, and then yeah. So I'm going to start with I think I'm going to put gold to resemble sand, and then a light blue, and then we're going to get darker blue up there. So as you can see, they're pretty thin. Oops, that's the back. But the good thing about it is it's already white. So if you get a timber one, you don't have to prime it, because with timber you have to prime. This one's already wet, white, and it's plastic, so I can just pour resin straight over that. Now there are, how many are in a pack? Where does it say? 14 of them, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. No, I think there's only 13. What does it say? Anyway, there's 13 or 14. Doesn't matter. And they're pretty big. They're 60 centimeters by 60 centimeters, which is, gosh. How many inches is that? Do you want to know how many inches that is? Let me get my little tape measure. What's 60 centimeters? 20, oh, almost 20 inches. 20 inches. Yep, okay, so they're pretty big. Not quite sure how much resin they're going to use. Now, the only thing I have found is, see how this has got this little lip here? I guess if you're actually putting them on a wall, they would sit into each other, but I didn't want that, so I just got a pair of scissors and I cut those plastic sides off on two sides. It hasn't got it on the bottom, so I cut those off, and because it's wobbly like that, I had to actually stick it to a board. So I'll show you what I did. Let's move these out of the way. They cost about, look, they weren't expensive. I think they were about $83, something like that, and that included shipping, so they weren't expensive. And like I said, there's like 13 or 14 or something like that. The only thing is, you do need to attach them to a board. And we had some MDF up in my husband's man shed, and he cut it for me to fit the same size. And then all I did was I hot glued it. I sat it on the board. I hot glued it. I pressed it down. I didn't do the middle. I just did the sides. And then I put the tape along the sides, and then I wrapped some tape underneath as well, like that. And yeah, that's what I did. So hopefully it works. All right, now that we've gone through all of that, I'm going to make up some resin, and I will be back. Righto, I've mixed up my resin. I'm using this one, Platinum Super Clear. I get that from eBay. It's really affordable, free shipping, and especially if you're going to do a large project. Yeah, it's probably about 1/3 of the cost of some other resins. So if I'm going to do a big project, then I like to use it for that. So there it is there. I mixed 330 grams of part A and 150 grams of part B. I really don't know how much I need for this. I didn't want to pour water in it, obviously, in case it kind of, you know, went over the edges, because I've got little gaps there. It's not a tight water seal, but I think it'll be all right. So I'm just estimating, and hopefully it's okay. Now I'm using, because I want to do like a beachy colour, I've got this Colorberry Gold. So there's that one. I better not put it on there, should I? And then I've got some turquoises up to dark blue. That's the back of them there. I'm going to go with Jacquard. They're Pearl, excuse me, they're Pearl X. Aqua Blue. And then the next darkest one is called Blue Green, Duo Blue Green. And then we've got Duo Blue Purple. And then this one is my favourite in the really dark blue. It's the LBB and it's called Marine Blue. So those are my colours. And we've got, oops, I did drip in it. In panels 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I've got 5 colours. That's 2 panels for each, plus 1 extra for blending. So actually I might do it the other way because this is very narrow up here. This can be my gold down this end and get darker and darker. So two panels for each color, and then maybe 3 for the gold, and then I can blend a little bit. So I've got 5 cups and I need to divide this equally. So let's see, half a cup maybe of each. Let's see how we go with that. Hopefully I haven't made up too much resin, because then I need a clear coat to go over the top, because I want the colors to stay transparent. You know, I don't want them to be too dark. I want to be able to see the white through, and I want these ridges, if they are covered, I only want them to be covered a little bit. I still want to see them, and I don't mind at all if they stick up, like, you know, the tops of sand. What do you call it when the sand ripples like that on the bottom of on the ocean floor? Not sure. Ripples. I don't know what they're actually called. They've probably got a name. Right, so it looks as if I'm going to be able to do like half a cup for each colour by the looks of it. Let me just divide these out. And hopefully it'll be pretty. I've never used this Colorberry Gold before, but I'm hoping that maybe it'll give me a little bit of lacing. I'm pretty new to resin, for those of you that don't really know. Pretty new to resin. So I would really like to do some waves. You know how people do that foam and stuff with the white? So I'm just going to wipe out my jug here before it gets all too hard and icky. And then I can reuse it again. Let me take a second, just bear with me. There we go. Now it's ready for tomorrow or whenever. Well, I've got 13 of these. I think I've got 13 of these panels. I will have to go to Bunnings and like buy. Actually, you know, sometimes you can. I'm just getting a wipe. I'm going to put some alcohol on it, and I'm going to just clean my gloves because I've got sticky gloves now. So I think if I went to Bunnings and took one of these white panels with, and just said to the guy, you know, buy a sheet of MDF in whatever size. This is 10 mil or 9 mil, something like that, whatever they come in. Just, you know, get them to cut it for you if you don't want to cut it yourself, because they've got these huge machines and they can cut them. And then you've got your MDF exactly the same size if you do buy that pack, because it's, you know, they're pretty cheap. And now the other thing I've got is my heat gun to blow, and that's why I thought I'd put it this way, because I'm right-handed and I'll blow that way, you see, that way. So I've got my heat gun. Righto, let's get started. Get the gold out. Look at that. Not sure how much to use. Let's put a little bit in for now. The next one, actually, let me just put that there in case I spill. I haven't opened these yet. They've only just arrived. Bought them online. Craft Online. I got them from. There's that one. Should have opened up before, shouldn't I? If you don't want to watch me mixing resin, feel free to fast forward and catch up at the fun part. Now, like I said, I don't want to put too much colour in. I want them to stay a little bit transparent. Hopefully this is not too much. Just peel that one off as well. And the last one, the dark. See, look at that, I've spilt. That's why I put that there, just in case, hey? All right, I haven't put the lids back on, just in case I need a little bit more. Look at the gold sitting on top like that. May need a little bit more gold, not sure. Usually the metallics are the opaque colours. It's gone pretty opaque already. So I'm hoping when I blow this with the heat gun over the top of those blues, I'm hoping I might get some lacing. Hoping, I don't know. But yeah, I would like to try this with some white and try and get, you know, the foam. But I think I'll have to practice on some little pieces first because I've never really done it. So those that have done, like, are really good with ocean foam and things. I'd love any help, tips, advice that you can offer on how to get really good, you know, lacing and foam, all that kind of stuff. So these duo colours, they've got well, like the name duo, they show up with two different colours, kind of like a interference or a chameleon, depending on which way you look at them. It's stuck to the stick. It's taking me a little while. Actually, let me put you on pause. And I'll mix them up and I'll come back to you. Otherwise it's going to be a long video. I can't push the button. All done. They're all pretty transparent still, except for this one. This one's, maybe I put a little bit much in. It's a little bit difficult to see the stick through there. That's that one. There's that blue. And then the dark blue. Love it. My favourite colour. I should buy another one before you guys buy it all. Right. Oh, I'm nervous. I'm nervous, I am. It's a big piece. Now, let's begin before my resin goes off. Start with putting some blue, like so. Do I want to use it all? Might as well use it all, hey? It's not like I'm going to do anything else with it. I just will put it all in. Hopefully I've made enough. And if it doesn't cover the top of the white, that's okay. I'm okay with that because I'm going to put the clear on. And I guess I could always make up a little bit more if I had to, but I can only, that amount, this amount sort of fits into my jug. So initially I was going to make up a little bit more. And I thought, no, I'll just waste it. There's no point using so much, but maybe I did need a little bit more. We'll see. You just don't know until you try, do you? I could always make up a little bit more and put some more colour in and just add it, you know, while the resin's still wet. If I'm quick, we'll see what happens. I guess if I haven't got enough, it's not really going to blow around very much when I use the heat gun, because it's going to be stuck in its little rivets there. And oh, I didn't really make up more gold to go in 3, did I? Never mind. So I probably do need a little bit more. Oh my gosh. This resin's got a 45-minute working time, so if it comes to it, I might just make up a little bit more and then blow it around. Actually, maybe I don't need so much of the gold, because the gold's going to be blown over the top. So it's going to spread more, so maybe I'll just do that with the gold. Because if I end up doing that one with the gold as well and then blowing it, it's going to like really take over, isn't it? So that's kind of how much I needed, that much. See, that's pretty full there. Okay, I think I'm going to have to just quickly make up some more resin. I hope it'll be all right mixing the 2 resins together. All right, I'll put you back on pause again, and I better get a wriggle on, hey? Because I need some more. Oh my gosh. All right, stay there. I'll be right back. Right, light up another cupful. And just want to put some of this over here. The next little batch I made up a little bit more transparent, so that I can mix the 2 together. And hopefully that will work. Oh, it's difficult, isn't it, when you don't know what you're doing, when you don't know how much to use. Hopefully it's not going to start setting up too quickly. All right, let's go again. Hopefully this is enough. So I just haven't mixed up my mica properly there. I'm rushing now. Still doesn't seem to be enough. Anyway, look, I'm just going to have to go with it, you guys. Going to have to go with it. Here we go. Some more of the bluey one. The light blue. Mix that in. These 2 blues look very similar, don't they? But they're not. Well, they look similar, but they're different. Mix those 2. Hopefully the bottom one's not setting up yet. It's a lot of resin to waste, isn't it? If it doesn't work. Hopefully it'll be all right. Gee, it's a lot of resin. I didn't realize it would take so much. I had no idea it would take so much resin. It's hard to tell because it's, it's not just one level. It's got the, what's it called? The undulating little shapes there. So it's a bit hard to know exactly how much it's going to use. Let's start moving this around a little bit. Mixing it in. Covering up those little mounds. It doesn't matter if the colour's blending a little bit, because I want them to blend anyway. I just want to cover up these little mountain tops here. So they've got a little bit of colour on them, and then we'll get the blower out and start blowing it all around. I'm just basically mixing both of these resins that I've got. What's that? A little bit of mica powder not mixed in. I better get that. See, I'm rushing. I was rushing. I probably didn't mix it as well as I could have. Oh, I'm sure it'll be fine, hey? You guys know me by now. I show you what works and what doesn't work. I show you my trials and my tribulations. I think most people are happy to see that. Like, I'm human. I make mistakes. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just winging it. see how it goes, hey? Let's put a little bit of the blue in there with that greeny aquary colour. Oh, it's looking pretty already, you guys. I don't think I've stuffed it up yet. Seems to be okay. Thank goodness for that. Thank the resin gods, hey? So I'll get my, I'm just going to, like I said, cover all these little white sandy dunes here. Whoops, don't go over the edge. And then I'll get the blower out, the heat gun. This is very, very opaque, this gold. I did make up a little bit of extra, but I don't know if I want to use it. I'll see what happens. I only put a little bit in and it looks really quite opaque already. But let's just push a little bit over there, over to the top, and I made the extra of that greeny colour so that the gold would go over it a little bit. Not too much. All right, I think I'm done. I think I'm done. I've got some blue in there. I shouldn't have used that stick. All right, here we go. This is the fun part. This is what I've been looking forward to. And hopefully this will pop bubbles as well. Now I've got this little nozzle with a smaller hole on it just from eBay, and I put it over the bigger one. I thought that might be better. So it goes on low or high. I'm going to try with high. Let's go, you guys. Let's do this. Start here, pop some bubbles. Make sure we've got no bubbles. Starting down the end, popping bubbles. Just heating it all up a bit. Just push that gold a little bit. I don't want to put too much over at the moment. Let's just heat it all and blow it all. See if we can get some blending happening. Maybe one side with a little bit more colour, so it's not too straight, you know what I mean? Maybe this side can have a little bit more. This is fun! How hot's that? I hope it's not melting anything. I can smell a melting smell. I don't know, it's probably just the heat gun because I haven't used it for a while. So I'll do this, and I'm going to come the other way. I've got to get careful there I don't blow it right over the edge. I'm going to come around the other way and kind of blow it back this way a little bit. So this is going to have more gold coming up here, so I kind of want the more darker blue going down there. Probably didn't make up enough, did I? See if I can get some of that blue to go over there. Whoa! A little bit of the blue going in across the aqua there. There's not a lot I can do because I don't really have a lot of colour to play with, really. I should have made up a little bit more, but I just didn't know how much to use, so. How's that looking? See, I would like a little bit more of the navy to come down here. I mean, oh, look at my lacing! Oh, wow! Let's hit that again. Didn't know it was going to do that. Take a little bit more up this way here. Not too much. Okay, now what happens if I hit it with the torch? Careful though, because I don't want to burn my plastic, but I just want to heat the gold and see if it'll break up a little bit and give me some more lacing. Let's go over the whole thing actually with the torch, pop any bubbles that there might be. Alright, that'll do. It's so pretty. I think it worked, you guys. I would have liked a little bit more colour. I'll have to write down how much I actually used and then make a little bit more. Wow. Okay. So push that gold back a little bit, just to make it look a little bit more kind of natural looking. It seems to all be coming this way. Okay, that's better. I really wanted more of this green, so I've sort of pushed it a little bit that way. Not sure if the gold's going to stay on top like that, or whether it'll kind of move. Not sure what it's going to do when it dries. Sometimes the gold just floats on top. All right, I've kind of broken up my lacing now. Whether or not I'll get any more, I don't know. Probably should have left it the first time. But I wanted it to spread around a little bit more, so let's see what happens. All right, I better leave it. It's really pretty. Oh, so pretty. Getting some nice movement in there. Just trying to get my gloves off. All right, let's go down for a little close-up. So I probably haven't got quite enough resin, hey, because I've got quite a lot of white sticking out. But it's okay. I'll know for next time. And then we've got the darker blue. So next time I'll make more darker blue so it can go over the lighter blue. And I'll make more of this green. And that blue in the middle, those two, they just look the same. I don't know why they both look the same, but they do. And I don't know about this gold. I thought it would give really nice lacing, but it's kind of just sitting on top there. I don't know, maybe I overheated it. Not sure. It's looking really pretty. Do you like it? All right, so now I have to wait for a few hours, maybe 6 hours. I'll come back and do the clear coat on top. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. It was a learning experience for me, that's for sure. And I'll see you in 6 hours and we'll do the top coat. Right, see you then. Hey guys, I'm back. I made up some more resin and I decided not to do a top coat just yet. I'm going to go with some more colour. Now, I've changed my resin. I'm going with this thicker resin. It's a 1-to-1 resin. Delcom Crystal Clear. The other one was a 2-to-1. So I've gone 1-to-1. I've got 300 grams mixed up. I've got a little bit in each of these cups here. And I'm going to go again. I've also changed up my gold to the Archery Creations. So let's put a little bit more colour in each of these. I just want to get it a little bit higher up. I want to blend a little bit more. And we'll see how we go. So there's no reason why you can't put a little bit of colour in each of these. Wait till it dries and then do another layer. And you know, do your blending then. You might get a bit more of a depth, I guess, perception to your colours if you do it that way. So I'm going to make them a little bit more, try and get them a little bit more transparent this time, if I can. I feel it's already starting to get warm. That's the only problem with this Delcom. It does set. It's only got like a 30-minute work time, so it starts warming up I just mixed them and poured them out, so it's not like it's been sitting there for a long time. That's the light blue one. Won't do as much of that one. I think that was the one that was quite opaque. I think, was it the other one? I can't remember now. But because there's a colour underneath already, I'm happy for this top one just to be a little bit more transparent, you know. It's probably a good way to do it, actually, is to build it up. So, you know how I said, oh, I haven't got enough for my first layer. I probably should have just left it like that. And then come back with another layer. And I shouldn't have, I was thinking about it afterwards, I shouldn't have done too dark, too lighter. I should have, like, blended it more. You know, just because they're in those lines doesn't mean I have to follow them. I probably would have been better off doing more of a natural abstract kind of a look. So I'm going to try for that now and see how we go. It's the navy again. So I've only got the 3 colours this time instead of the 4, because the 2 blues were very similar anyway. So I thought I'll just use 1 navy, 1 blue, 1 turquoise. The last one I'm leaving as clear, and I'm going to put, because there's a lot of gold there, I'm going to leave it as clear. I'm going to pour the clear over the gold, and then I'm going to do what I did on that canvas. I don't know if you guys remember me doing the resin canvas. You can always look back on my YouTube channel and have a look at that one. I'm just going to just put a little bit of the gold on with the palette knife, like swipe it on. That's what I did with the other one, and it worked really well. And I think it's got something to do with the thicker resin as well, the Delcam, I think. But we shall see. We'll see if I'm right. So that's what I'm going to put my gold in. I'm going to use a bit of this Art Tree Creations. And I'm just going to kind of like swipe it over the top, because it worked for me last time. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work this time, but I didn't get any lacing and cells with that other one. I do think it's got a lot to do with the resin that you're using. I really do. And I'm no expert, but from what I've seen with what I've been doing, I get lacing from the Delcam because it's thicker. Maybe it holds it in place more, whereas the thinner resins, the lacing just kind of breaks up. I don't know if that's enough. We'll try it. It's only a little amount of resin there, and then that's my clear. Okay, so let's start at the very beginning. Very good place to start. Put my lids back on. All right, here we go with the dark first. And I've made it still quite transparent. So yeah, like I said, I think it's a probably good idea to do it in different layers. That way you're not making up a lot of resin all at once as well. I'm going to kind of start that like that. And oh, I've got 2 cups there. I didn't even notice. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't know whether it's still enough. Gee, it takes a lot of resin, this thing. Much more than I first thought. I will calculate it and let you know later on how much I've used. Put down a bit of paper towel to put my messy cups on. See, it's a much thicker resin. It doesn't flow as easily as the platinum did. So I'll just try and spread it a little bit. I might have to just come back with the heat gun and help it spread a bit more, because I'm not doing an awful good job with the stick. But yeah, just wanted that dark blue to come down here a little bit more. I'll spread it with the stick later anyway, and hopefully that'll work. Okay, so that's that one. And then this one. The blue one. It's an expensive hobby, isn't it? Resining. Oh, it is. I didn't realize it was, but when you're using a lot of resin for like this sort of project, can get expensive, which is why I thought I'll use the cheaper resin, you know, for the first coat. And then I think, yeah, the Delcam, if it works, if it gives me nice cells and things, it's worth spending a little bit more on the more expensive resin, you know, to get your lacing and things, if that's what you need. Blend that a little bit there. Are we still taping? Are we still taping? Always concerned that we're not. Yes, we are. Okay, here we go with the greeny turquoisey one. And yeah, I didn't want to put any more gold on. I think there's enough gold. So it'll just be a clear. So pretty, these colours. Push you down a little bit. I don't know if I probably should have made a little bit more of that one. Spread you down a little bit. Move you out of the way. So I'll get my heat gun out in a minute. And start blowing these around, trying to blend them a little bit more. Right, that's the last of that one. And whoops, nearly put the wrong one on. Here's the clear. I've still probably got enough space left to do a clear top coat. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I want to do another one now. I said to my husband, I want to do another one. I need you to make me another board. But I don't know if it's going to use up this much. I don't know if I want to do another one. It's going to be like, what have I got? Oh, I'll have to have a look at my notes and see what I actually used. So we don't need more gold over here. I really don't think we do. So it's just clear. And if there's not enough room for the clear, then the next coat, if I end up doing another coat, a top coat, it'll just fill in here where I haven't, you know, gone over all of it, because it's actually not sitting over the top of these ripples yet. So it takes a lot of resin. But I do want this gold, or this clear, to spread, because I want to put my gold on it. Let's just use the side of the cup there to get that last bit out. Okay, there we go. Let's put all these cups on top of each other, like my little handies. Alrighty, here we go, make some room. Now I've put this nozzle on just to help blow, and let's go on high because it's a thick resin. I'll start up this end. Oops, get my cord out from under the table. See if I can cover everything. It's not really moving. Look at that. It's not moving. Oh, pop bubbles. Maybe I need to warm it up more. It's actually not moving at all. Weird. That is so weird. It's not moving at all. It's not like it's setting up or anything. It's just not moving. Alright, well, let's pop some bubbles and heat it up. Probably haven't got enough on here. Let's put that to the side for a minute. I'm going to have to actually physically spread this. Bear with me. Just going to smooth it over. I thought it would spread with the heat gun, but it's not. So I'll just do it. It's probably because I haven't got enough here to make it flow. It's a very thin layer. Wasn't expecting that, that's for sure. I was thinking it would cover more than this and it would actually blow around and fill in all these little gaps, but it's not. That's all right. It won't take me long. I'll just fill them all in. Push it to the edges. Wow, I can't believe how much resin this thing takes. So that was 300 mils that I've just made up. Are you wanting to move? It doesn't want to move at all. Okay, I'll just have to spread this to the edge then. There's nothing down here. Oh my gosh. Trials of resin. Push you a little bit over there. There we go. I want you to go up towards the edge. And it'll level itself out. I just want to make sure that I've got to all the edges. I think that's it. I think I've got everywhere. Now, I wonder if the gold's going to work, if I've got enough resin here to actually make that gold work and do its thing. Hope so. Doesn't really look as if I've put more dark on there, does it? Anyway, here's what it is. Right, here we go. Let's do this gold before it steps up and I'm in trouble. Put that there. Now, I don't know if it's going to work because I don't know that I've got enough resin on it. I might have to do it on my top coat. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip that in there. I'm going to just spread it on there like that. I don't want it too thick, I just want to spread a little bit over the top. And maybe a little bit over here. Just kind of like swiping it a little bit. Oh, tricky to fit in there. I hope this works. Alright, let's try a little bit and see if it's going to do anything. I'll try with the heat gun. Warm it up. Warm it up, get it moving. Oh look, it's moving, it's moving. It just takes a little while to heat it up. Okay. It is moving. Takes a long time to heat up enough to get it thin enough to actually move. Hope I'm not melting my plastic now. Smoking. That's all right. It did that last time too. All right, now I'm going to leave that like that. I'll have to bring you down for a close-up because we've got lacing. Maybe I didn't have enough just there. Hope I didn't melt my plastic. It was getting pretty hot. Oh dear. Because you have to have it hot enough to heat that resin and to blow it. So yeah, I hope I haven't melted my little plastics. Might put a little bit more through here. I wonder if I can be game and do a little bit more. Just here. Or it might be starting to thicken up too much actually. I don't know that it's going to work. Just do that little bit there. Not sure if it's going to work or not. Really heat that up. I better leave it. Got a little bit more just, you know, spreading over there. Oh, I feel the heat coming off that. All right. I think I'm happy with that. See, I've got the gold that comes here and then it widens up there, and then I was hoping to have the blue there and then widen, so it's kind of balanced, but it's much better. This gold with this resin is much better than the previous gold that I had underneath. For this particular technique, I'm just filling in. Oops, I've missed a little bit here. I'm just filling that in. Gee, I could have put more resin in. Could have gone for 500 mils instead of the 300 that I just made up. I only made up 300, so it really wasn't thick enough and deep enough to like blow over those. So that's dried there already. Okay, I don't think I can do any more. Actually, I better clean my little palette knife, get that resin off it before it sets up. Hardly used any of that. Right, now I'm going to bring you down for a close-up. Let me get my gloves off. And I'll leave the ring light on. I just will try not to get you with the ring light shining on it. But I want to show you the lacing that this gold does. It's, oh, look at that. You see that? I know the ring light's in the way, but let me come around this way. Actually, I'm going to turn the ring light off. It's annoying. I should still be able to show you the lacing without the ring light. Look at that. Look at that! Woohoo! So when I do this again, and I do want to do it again, where'd that other lacing go? Yeah, see, that one didn't work very well. Oh, there's a little bit there. There's a bit there. And that's where I must have, maybe I blew it too much. It's kind of gone. Maybe broken up a little bit much. Maybe I broke it up too much. Still learning. Learning heaps. Get the tripod out of the way. So the original gold was underneath because that's just clear over the top of that. So next time I'll still use the cheaper resin for the bottom layer because it is cheap and I use so much of it. And then when I come to do the top layer with the gold, I think that's what I'll do, yes. I'll just do all the blues in the top, in the bottom with the cheaper resin, and then I'll come and do the gold with the more expensive resin. And do get the lacing because it's really, really pretty lacing. Now all I have to do is try and conquer the white to do this. And look, if I can get the gold to do it, there's no reason why I can't get the white to do it. It's just a matter of picking the right white with the right resin. And from this, I can see that the thicker resin does work. I didn't blow it over there. I only blew it up here and along the top. So that's where I've got the lacing. So it's pretty, huh? It's pretty, and it worked, so yay. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I'll come back and do a clear coat, you guys, because it's taking up so much resin, but you can see the white. I probably do need to, actually, because you can see the white sticking up, those white plastics sticking up. So it probably will be better if it's smooth, hey? So yeah, I'll do that. I'll come back and do a clear coat again. Oh my gosh, using so much resin. All right, but hopefully you've learnt something from this. I sure have, and I'm keen to do it again with this gold. I'll probably let it set up a little bit too much. It's getting thick. This looks so pretty. Look at it. Okay, that'll be. I'm gonna go and have some lunch now. All right, thanks for watching. I'll be back soon. We'll do the clear coat. Hey guys, I'm back with the final coat, the clear coat, and I thought I'd put you down here next to me. Hey, just so you can see a little bit closer what I'm doing. So, another 300 grams, another 10 ounces of resin. This is the Delcam. Only because, even though it's more expensive, the Delcam does not do that a mean blush or bloom thing that some of the other resins do. I have tested quite a few resins, and some people say it's got to do with the humidity of your room or the temperature or whatever, but look, for what I have found, because it's the same temperature, I have my air conditioner on, I've got my little humidity gauge. I've just found that some resins do it and some resins don't do it, regardless of what the humidity is doing. So, I'm using the Delcam, and hopefully I've got enough this time. Oh gosh. I actually worked out how much resin I've used, including this coat here. So I'm sorry if it's a bit of a long video, but you know, I was learning. My gosh, have I learned a lot through this experiment. So I've actually used 1.3 kilos of resin. I do feel as if I could use a little bit more. So if I do it again, I'm going to make a note to use 1.5 kilos. If you want to know what that is in ounces, it's 1,500 divided by 30. Is that 20? 20? No. Oh, I don't know. 200? 200 ounces? Oh, I don't know. It's a lot. So I'm just spreading this now. Hopefully we'll be able to get to the end. And I'm hoping that once I take or peel this tape off, I'm not going to be left with like a ridge. I guess if I do, because you know, sometimes the resin's sort of gone up the side a little bit when I've pushed on it. Might have gone up the side a little bit. Look, I'm not going to bore you with this. I'm just going to, I'll just pause you and I'll do this and I'll come back to you. Hang on. You get the idea. Right, I've used up all my resin. Now I'm just going to give it a bit of a torch. Pop in some bubbles. And it can level out over the next little while. I probably, you know, like I only used the 300 grams again. I probably needed a little bit more, but for the sake of this piece of artwork, I'm not going to do any more. It's cost a fortune. But I've learned heaps. Make sure that I've filled in all the little areas. And yeah, hopefully when I pull the tape off tomorrow, or if not tomorrow, the next day. Oh, I actually work tomorrow, so I might leave it until the next day actually, because I have to go to work. Alright, let me get my gloves off, and we'll go and have a little look, see how it's doing. But yeah, definitely, I think next time I'll make up more resin of the cheaper one, and then I'll just use the Delcom for the top coat. Well, no, I'll use the cheap resin for 3/4 of it. Then I'll do a thin coat with the gold or white. I wouldn't mind trying white, see if I can get the you know, the ocean frothy stuff out of the white, and then I'll do a top coat in the Delcom again, just because we don't get that amine bloom with it. So it's pretty, I think it's pretty much covered. I can't see any white ripples poking through. I know it's awfully reflective, I'm sorry. It's like a mirror. Can't do much about that. Oops. Oh my gosh, I'm on the wrong one again. Right. Let's have another look. I was on the wrong focusy thing. Don't think it makes any difference. Oh, it doesn't know what to focus on. But anyway, it's nice and smooth. Let's look at it this way, into the window. I don't see any sort of ripples. I think it's okay. All right, well, I'm looking forward to taking the tape off. So I guess I'll see you in a couple of days when it's all done and dried. So yeah, I would like to go again, but I think I need to practice some white froth, you know, ocean froth, before I spend a lot of money on another 1.5 kilos of resin to do this size. But yeah, I'll be back when it's time to take the tape off. So I'll see you in a couple of days. A couple of seconds for you, a couple of days for me. Morning. I've had my painting covered overnight with a big net, so hopefully there's nothing, no hairs or anything landed in it. But let's have a little look. Oops, stuck. Take that off. Seems to have dried well. Okay, let's get the tape off. Now, I hope it comes off okay. Is it dry? Yes. Hope the tape comes off. Okay. Got a couple of layers of tape on. Just have to get it started. There's a bit of a pointy edge there. I may have to do a little bit of sanding. You know how the resin's kind of come up the tape a little bit when I was pushing it along. So the other option is take the tape off before your final layer and obviously put some baking paper down or something like that, and put the canvas up on top of some little cups, and pour resin over the top. That way the resin can run down the sides as well. Obviously, you know, there's a lot more wastage that way, but you'll get a smooth edge going over the, you know, over the side as well. So if you're doing a smaller piece, it's probably a good idea. Get that tape off. I haven't actually painted the sides. I forgot. I was so excited just to get started that I haven't actually painted the sides. And I can do that later. I can paint them white. So you have to excuse the unpainted sides. Oh my gosh, it's taking a little while. There we go. Maybe I can speed this bit up. Hang on. actually not taking too long. It was just that first little bit that I had to struggle with to get the start. Now I'm just peeling the bottom off. All the way around, get that bottom bit off. So yeah, I think probably, it's a good idea to let the resin actually run over the sides, because now I have got that little lip there. I just hope that when I sand it, it doesn't go white, because when you sand resin, you get that white sort of piece left. So hopefully that won't happen. Right, I think we're done now. I think we're done. Now, I wonder how hard it is to sand that little edge there. If it's dry enough. The Delcom resin actually takes a little longer to set up. I don't know if I can just like trim it. I don't really want to sand it, because it's still relatively soft, I guess. I could just trim a little bit. That's working. Get into the rhythm. Because now the scissors handles are in the way. Get into a little rhythm there and trim that. That worked. Okay, yeah, I'm happy with that, because I didn't really want to sand. Let's do the other half. See if we can trim that as well. Get into a rhythm there of trimming, kind of on a bit of an angle. Not as much on the side as there was on the bottom. Bit of sanding to be done, but look, my first attempt, I don't think it's too bad at all. Hey, I've never done, like, I'm still really new to resin. I've never done anything like this, and it was a huge project, and I way underestimated the amount of resin I was going to need and how much time it would take. So I think definitely start small if you're not used to doing this. Start small, and then yeah, maybe do the top coat. Let it run over the edges, and then you'll get really smooth edges as well, and then your sides will be covered as well. My sides are just MDF. It's like raw MDF. If I choose to paint it, I'll paint it in white. I don't know if I'll bother. We'll see. I'd like to go again and do it a bit better next time. Snip, snip, snip. There we go. Snip, snip, snip. Yeah, I didn't really think about the fact that the resin would kind of be pushed up the sides of the tape, when I was pushing it around. I didn't realize it would do that, but it has done that. So I've got all these little pieces that I've just snipped off. But anyway, there it is. Oh, I missed a bit. Missed a bit. Okay, I need to have a little bit of a sanding, I think. But there she is. What do you think? Labour of love, that one, that's for sure. All right, I'll take her outside and see what she looks like in the sun, hey? See if we can pick up that gold. All right, thanks for watching, you guys. Hope you've enjoyed the video. I know it's long, sorry about that. I'll get another panel organised and I'll go again. All right, I'll see you real soon for the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.